teaching tip is about how to work with the cover of a picture book effectively. Now, let's have a look at Amazing by Steve Anthony. For example, you could ask children to describe the different colours and patterns that they see on the helmets, or predict who is going to be the main character of the story. You could see if they notice something unusual on one of the helmets, and of course count the wheels that they see on the front cover. Now, working with the cover effectively really is your first step to create or to stimulate curiosity and to engage the children with the picture book.
I have a simple idea for a lesson for those of you who are teaching remotely at the moment. Why don't you do a show and tell with a green twist? So ask your students to bring in something that represents the environment. It could be a photo or a drawing or something real, and to tell their colleagues why they chose it. You might like to model the activity first. I think that's the best way to get students to understand exactly what is expected.
Simplest teaching technique in the world. Make sure your fonts are sans serif. Arial, Helvetica, Lilo Wadi. You don't need specialist dyslexia fonts. Go into the font options and then space the letters out by 0.5 or by 1. That's all you need to do. Reduce the length of the line, maybe 2/3 of the normal length of the line, and when you can, use infographics. That's all you need to know.
Hi, I'm Nick Peachy, and this is my tip for teaching in the remote classroom. And it's very simple. Just take a step back from your camera when you're teaching. Most teachers, I see it leaning right into their laptop. This isn't very nice for your students, and it really restricts what you can do visually. So take a step back. You can use your body language then. People can see your hands. Try and make eye contact with the camera, and you've got space to show students things and to move around a little bit.
So our book is full of lots of practical critical thinking activities. One simple one to sensitize students to the idea of critical thinking is to ask them at the beginning of a lesson, when you introduce the topic, to say one thing that they know to be true about the topic, one thing that they think they know is true about the topic, and one thing which people say is true but they know to be false about the topic.
When you download the No Project lesson plans, you'll see a file called Slides. And here's a tip. Use the slides to begin your lesson. The powerful artwork and thought-provoking statements will motivate your students and spark their curiosity, emotional engagement, and imagination. The truth behind closed doors. Slavery under your feet. Something doesn't feel right. And the No Project teaching material, including the slides, has been designed for online teaching or with your students in class face-to-face.
The Global Scale of English Teacher Toolkit can help you identify the learning objectives to inform your lesson plans so that each lesson has a very clear goal according to the needs, interests, and proficiency levels of your learners. Once you've selected those learning objectives, you can also use the Teacher Toolkit to find the grammar and the vocabulary that you will need to help complete that lesson plan. So why not head over to english.com and check out the Teacher Toolkit for yourselves today.